Welcome back to the channel, episode 2. I'm Daniel. I didn't even introduce myself in the first video, so I had no idea what I was doing. We are building the motor. Hopefully we've got the right head gasket now. I'm pretty certain we do. Fair few phone calls to suppliers on that one. So assemble the motor, timing chains, manifolds, turbo on, in the car, start it, run it, bleed up the coolant, all that stuff. This one will be sort of quick in terms of the building of the motor, because it's quite boring to watch, but it's cool just to get through it. Then once we get it running, then on the dyno, and then it'll do some fun stuff. I did ask the customer to bring me down a smaller wastegate spring because I know it has a 14 pound, and the amount of power a K24 on E85 with that size turbo will make with a minimum boost pressure of 14 pound is just ridiculous. It'll either break the gearbox or it'll just be useless. So yeah, he's gonna give me a 7 pound spring, and I still think it'll make 250, 280, something dumb. It'll change lanes no-handed essentially. So let's get into it. Let's build a motor. Scary times. It's in. I lost about 500 hours on this right-hand drive shaft. Heaps of things didn't fit. It's quite a difficult car to work on because there's just too much in a small space. But it's in. Got oil. We're almost ready to start it, I think. I'm actually nervous. I've built a lot of motors before. I've been doing this probably 10, 12 years, don't know. I've built a lot of engines, I've assembled a lot of engines, I've done a lot of custom motors, and I'm like, yep. I don't know anything about this cylinder head engine combo, not enough to be like, this is gonna be great. So I'm gonna hit the key and we'll see what happens. All right, that's enough. I'm gonna add some coolant because there's no water. Doesn't not run.
Runs good.
Yeah, considering it's a hybrid I've never built before. So, it's running really bad, to be perfectly honest. It is running rich. It's idling at about 0.6 lambda, because this has a Haltech wideband in it, which is quite helpful. Not even on the dyno yet. That's next. So I've got a smoke machine. I'm going to smoke test it because I feel like it could be an inlet leak. It's either losing air or something's not right. It's just, yeah. Before I start doing anything with the laptop, just figure out whether there's actually a problem somewhere else first, because it used to run a lot better than this. Same size injectors, same cylinder head, slightly different displacement, which shouldn't affect it this much. It should run pretty well, and then you just sort of adjust it up. So next thing I'm gonna check after this will be the ignition timing too, just to see where that's at. And we'll go from there. So let's see what happens. So, very frustrating turn of events, but we're running really well now because I've checked fuel pressure, injection dead time, actual timing, as you can see the timing light flashing over there. It turns out, really dumb things can make it really confusing, and the other thing is it shouldn't have even ran, in my opinion. So, after some serious problems, yes, it's smoking, it's done. We're ready to tune it. The clutch master died for no reason, so that was changing a clutch master on one of these. No, anyway, it's done. So I've rinsed it down, so there's brake fluid on it. I had the 2 cam sensors at the back of the head plugged in wrong, which is why it was running so horrendously before. They can go either way. I stuffed it up, whatever. That's why I was smoke testing it, checking out other stuff. It just didn't go to plan. I'm gonna fire it up now, show you how it runs. The cold start's mint. I've wired in an oil pressure sensor so I can see that. I've set engine protections for, it's enough mate. Set engine protections for oil pressure and fuel pressure, target lambda, like everything's in there. We're ready to go. So we're ready to go back on the dyno tomorrow. I'm not doing it tonight. It's 7 o'clock. I want to go home. So that's the end of this. I'll fire it up, show you how it's running. Looks good. It's all back together. Air filter's on. And we're ready for the dyno. So this is the end of this episode. We'll be on the dyno tomorrow. Probably take 2 days to tune it because I can't tune until 8 here. I don't want to annoy everyone. So. Right, let's hit the key. Let's run it. 3, 2, 1, go. We've got that 3,000 limiter to be safe, but it does cool stuff. Even though it's ruined my actual life, but we're ready to tune.